A dusty road, a weary traveler, and lying ahead in the path, a single, iron horseshoe. He picks it up, turns it over in his hands, and smiles. "Good luck," he whispers, before tucking it into his satchel. From that moment on, his fortune seems to shift, a safe journey, an open door, an unexpected reward. Coincidence? Maybe. Or perhaps, just perhaps, the horseshoe carried more than rust and weight. For centuries, people have believed in the power of the horseshoe. Hung above doorways, nailed to barns, tucked into travelers' bags, and gifted at weddings, this simple crescent of iron is seen not as scrap but as a symbol of luck, protection, and prosperity. Why does this curved object hold so much meaning? What gives it the power to guard against evil, attract good fortune, and anchor generations of belief? It turns out, the horseshoe isn't just about what it is, it's about where it came from, who shaped it, and how it came to be seen as a talisman in cultures around the world. So let's follow its path, from the smoke of the blacksmith's forge to the superstitions nailed into our doorframes, to uncover the full story of the lucky horseshoe. The connection between horseshoes and luck didn't happen overnight. It was forged in the fires of ancient blacksmiths, whispered through superstitions, and shaped by spiritual beliefs. In ancient Celtic and Anglo-Saxon traditions, blacksmiths were more than craftsmen. They were considered magical, working with fire and metal. They could bend nature to their will, and that made them both respected and feared. Iron, in particular, was believed to repel malevolent spirits. Objects made by blacksmiths were thought to retain that mystical power. The horseshoe, made of iron and formed into a crescent, carried double symbolism. In Greek mythology, the crescent moon was sacred to Artemis, goddess of the hunt and protection. It represented fertility, rebirth, and abundance. Hanging a horseshoe, therefore, was like inviting the moon's blessing into your home. During the Middle Ages, horseshoes took on an added role as protection from witches. It was believed that witches feared horses and could not pass over iron. Placing a horseshoe above the door was like creating a barrier they couldn't cross. One of the most enduring legends comes from 10th century England, where St. Dunstan, a blacksmith and later Archbishop of Canterbury, was visited by the devil. Disguised as a man requesting horseshoes, the devil revealed his identity too late. Dunstan nailed a red-hot horseshoe to his hoof and only agreed to remove it after extracting a promise that the devil would never enter a home with a horseshoe over the door. Thus was born a legend that turned a blacksmith's tool into a divine symbol of safety. Though the horseshoe originates in European lore, its reach has galloped far beyond. In Russia and Eastern Europe, horseshoes are always hung with the open end facing up, forming a cup to hold in the good luck. If it's hung upside down, it is believed that all the fortune will pour out. In Spain and Italy, the horseshoe is often used to ward off the malocchio, the evil eye. Some families hang a small horseshoe alongside garlic or red ribbons for added protection. In India, discarded horseshoes are often retrieved and placed at doorways or gates. They're seen as spiritual shields that guard the home from negative energy and are even attached to vehicles to ward off road accidents. In Turkey, blacksmiths have long been seen as holders of special knowledge. The horseshoe, especially when hung at stables and wells, is believed to protect water sources and livestock. In the United States, particularly in rural communities, the horseshoe remains a symbol of good harvest and domestic safety. You'll see them in barns, kitchens, and even above baby cribs. Around the world, the orientation of the horseshoe differs. Some say the open end should face upward to catch luck. Others believe it should face downward, pouring good fortune onto those who pass beneath it. Belief in the horseshoe isn't just about history or culture. It's about how we feel. When people place a horseshoe above their door, it isn't just decoration. It's a gesture of hope, an unspoken desire to feel protected, to invite good fortune, to believe in something beyond logic. Psychologically, having symbols like a horseshoe provides comfort. It offers the illusion of control in a chaotic world. Even skeptics sometimes find themselves unwilling to remove one once it's in place. The horseshoe also represents strength. It is a tool built to endure. And that symbolism echoes in our minds. If it can carry a horse, maybe it can carry our hopes, too. The act of nailing it into place, a tangible action with symbolic meaning, gives us a sense of agency. We do something small, and it helps us believe in something bigger. Throughout history, the lucky horseshoe has made more than a symbolic appearance. It's been involved in real moments of culture, conflict, and even space exploration. It's said that Elizabeth I had a horseshoe fixed above a gate at Greenwich Palace. The gate was one of the oldest surviving parts of the palace, and for centuries, the horseshoe remained untouched. Court records note it was considered bad luck to remove it, and rumors spread that it had been blessed by a blacksmith of royal blood. In 18th and 19th century Ireland, brides often carried a small silver horseshoe sewn into their wedding gown or held in their bouquet. Guests would touch it for good luck, and afterward, it would be hung in the couple's home to bless the marriage. Even today, some Irish and Scottish brides carry horseshoe charms as part of their something old. In 1969, during the Apollo 11 mission, astronaut Buzz Aldrin reportedly carried several small tokens from friends and family. One of them was a keychain-sized horseshoe, given to him by a childhood friend for luck. It never went to the moon but remained in the command module during orbit. NASA officials later said many astronauts brought symbols of good luck, from rabbit's feet to family horseshoes, because space, like life, requires a little faith. At Churchill Downs, home of the Kentucky Derby, several horse trainers have long insisted on rituals involving horseshoes. Some hang them near stalls. Others carry worn-out shoes from past winning horses. One jockey even kissed a horseshoe before mounting, he won that year. In today's world of digital devices and fast-paced living, you might think the horseshoe's magic would fade. And yet, it hasn't. From farmhouse decor to fashion accessories, the horseshoe still holds a visible place. Restaurants hang them near the register. Families fix them above new homes. Athletes carry them before big games. On platforms like TikTok and Instagram, creators share DIY tips for charging a horseshoe with intention. Some rub it with salt or essential oils. Others write wishes on paper and tuck them into the curve. Online shops sell custom horseshoes engraved with names, dates, or messages of protection. They are given as gifts during housewarmings, business launches, births, and graduations. Even in business logos, especially in wellness, equestrian, and countryside brands, the horseshoe remains a symbol of strength, reliability, and charm. In every corner of modern life, the old belief still walks beside us. The horseshoe is a simple thing. Bent iron, worn smooth, open to the sky. But for centuries, it has stood as a symbol of belief that good things can find us, that protection can be invited, that even a piece of metal can become sacred if we give it meaning. So whether you find one on a dusty trail, hang one above your door, or keep a tiny charm in your pocket, know this: you're part of a tradition older than kingdoms. And sometimes, a little curved iron is enough to carry a whole lot of hope. If this story inspired you, subscribe to my channel for more timeless traditions, cultural stories, and ancient beliefs brought to life. And in the comments, tell me, do you hang your horseshoe open end up, or down? And why?